Alright. I guess we're about ready to have our conversation with Ager, which should be fucking fun. She's probably gonna have, like, she's gonna throw a fucking fit. Hey, who are you? You step inside, and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off of steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord, part deal-maker, part information broker, one of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the room as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Ager's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face has gone ashen. He swallows, takes a moment to chew in the words before spitting them out. How did that happen? The run was a setup. 1 minute she was cracking the safe, the next she was on the ground screaming. I've seen Monica hit Black IC before. This was something worse. Glory nods, her emotions robotic and spare. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right. Ager thrusts a gloved finger into your chest. And this idiot stood by and let it happen. Let it happen? She jacked in, she screamed, and she seized. By the time we saw she was in trouble, it was already too late. Yeah, because you never bothered learning what to look for. Muscle contractions and microtremors are good indicators of a Decker in distress. I'm assuming you didn't have anyone keeping an eye out for those? No, if you had, my friend wouldn't be lying dead in a basement. Oh, shove off, Ager. We were all on the lookout for physical security, Meowlissa included. Throwing her under the bus isn't going to help anything. Under a bus is exactly where she belongs. Ager turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that. But you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're gonna get burned. Ager turns her focus back to you. If you've been paying attention, you'd have figured all of this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Ager. Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough. Ager pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's fire in her eyes. How many seconds pass between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? How dare you? You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your That is enough! Amsel's voice comes out in a roar, and his fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Ager, you and Meowlissa can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he'd led us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason we need to find him. We saw something back there. Something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're all still in danger. He pauses, rubs his temple. Agreed. And to neutralize that danger, we need to know who we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail can be important, so hold nothing back. Monica lived long enough to say a name. Fierschwing? Fierschwing? She fought hard to tell us. It must be important. Amsel seems taken aback. He pauses for a moment before responding. The Fire Wing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. Glory raises an eyebrow. The Fire Wing? The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You were far too young to remember her, of course. But for Germans of my generation, the name... I'm not going to pronounce it. Fire Wing is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. Dragons of today are subtle creatures full of patience and guile. Firewing was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releases it. There's a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation, and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually, the fire wing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course. But it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hall of bullets and rocket fire and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland of the Sox. This event was called the Dragonfall. Name drop! End of game. Safe at last from the Dragon's Wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was as important an event as you make it out to be, I'm surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early years of the Awakening were traumatic, Ager. Not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public. And in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Fire Wing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temples. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of Fire Wing is a bit of historical trivia and nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Ager sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any ideas as to why? Amsel's voice trembles with frustration. No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Fire Wing has been dead and gone for 42 years. That's not really ancient history. That's less than a person ago. But there's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself, takes a deep breath, then slowly releases it. I will look into this, and I will find answers. In the meantime, did you turn up anything else of value? After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be the head of security. That is not much to go on. Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he'd had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I will see what I can find out. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? The estate was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility took serious funds to build. And time. There was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? That's all we've got. That's not much. Amsel nods. His face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Wait, we're still missing something. Who paid for this run? Amsel looks pained. I do not know his exact identity. I did not set up the run. Monica did. His face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take the job, but she assured me that it would be a cakewalk. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-state political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause, anything for the Flux state. He sighs. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. It sounds like Green Winters is our best lead then. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably gonna rabbit. We might need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. There is a man here in the Cruise Bazaar, a Turk named Otlug Buradgazi. He owns a little soy calf shop just down the way from Cafe Kezva. This man is also a purveyor of information. I have done business with him from time to time. It's gonna be fucking rough that this game is set in Germany, because I do not fucking know how to pronounce German. And you think you would know something about Green Winters? Amsel nods. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. Altug? Altush? I don't know what the little umlaut over the G means. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I did not trust the man. For good reason, it would seem. I'll talk to Alters and see what he knows about Green Winters. Very well. Tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. Great. Excellent. Let's spend our karma. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to get our charisma back up to where it was, ideally. Shadowrunner etiquette would probably be the most useful immediately, since we're going to be dealing with some runner shit. Okay. That's a dog. Dante. Let's go talk to the pupper. How's it going, doggy? As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh shit, Dante. Dietrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales, but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago, turned into a full-blown howl, wouldn't stop, kept... He closes his eyes. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down into those sad brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. Or huge brown eyes. I am bad at reading. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Grab Monica's bag of soy jerky treats off the table and give him one. Dante takes the treat in his mouth, but it's clear he has no appetite for it, and the jerky drops to the floor. He leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is going with you, Meowlissa. Amsel takes a ragged breath and releases it. Then a slow, melancholy smile plays across his face. Well, perhaps the part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you finish with Alters, mein Freunden. Mein Freunden? Sure. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters and we can get to the bottom of this. He stares at the floor. And now, I think we should all take a moment for Monica. Yeah, okay. Alright, so are we gonna... Should we confront this directly? I feel like we should confront this directly. Where the fuck did Glory go? Oh, hey, Glory. Hey. Look. Edgar glares at you and you can taste the bite in her stare. She clearly still blames you for Monica's death. Something I can do for you, fearless leader? We need to talk about Monica. Not right now, we don't. Don't push me on this, Meowlissa. One of these days, we're gonna hash this out and you can talk all you like about the clusterfuck that killed one of my best friends. But it won't be today. Fair enough. But before I go, I have something else I need to say. You owe me an apology. You had no right to call me out like that in front of the team. She replies through clenched teeth. You want to step away from me, Meowlissa, right now. No, actually, I don't. Unless you intend to make me leave. I'm going so far off what I intended to be the book. Now I'm like confrontational, kind of a bitch, going full Shadowrunner. And I guess that might be because the game is kind of allowing for it a bit more, which is cool. It's tempting, Meowlissa. It's really fucking tempting. But no, I won't hurt you. Not unless you give me reason to. That isn't going to happen. You're wrong about me, Jaeger. I intend to prove that to you. She stares at you for a moment, then walks away. Then looks away. Best of luck with that, Meowlissa. Now please, leave me alone. Okay. Can I look at... I have nothing. I have nothing. Okay. Cool. I wonder if Paul over here will let me sell the thing that we got. Lori is beautiful in a waifish sort of way. She's like a genuinely really good design. Her features are almost elvish in their delicacy, but there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Gloria is rocking a heavy loadout of cyberware from head to toe. She looks to be composed more of plastic and metal than she is of skin and bone. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon, but Gloria's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Meowlissa, Gloria shifts her gaze to you, but her expression is as cool and placid as always. Can I help you? Hey Gloria, how are you holding up? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. You sure? You look like you're a million miles away. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now it doesn't. Any thoughts on what we should do next? I have a question for you, Gloria. Of the personal kind. I'm not big on sharing sport. Personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. The edge in her voice tells you that she's not interested in continuing the conversation. Of course, we all have our secrets, but if you ever want to talk, I'm here. Okay, I'm not gonna press that. I mean, I don't want Glory to, like, hate me or anything. She's a cool character, so. Hey, I'm gonna talk to Paul. Can you sell this shit that we got? Nope. Cool. I wonder who can. Dietrich! Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars. The legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all of this, there is still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Meowlissa, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and we've got a fallen comrade to drink to. To Monica, Prost. The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. It tastes of sweet corn and walnuts, with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. That is a lot of flavors going on. I don't really dig that. I like the simple flavors. You swallow a swig, then return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull in the bottle, then locks eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, Meowlissa. What made you choose to come to Berlin? Why do you want to know? Monica told me that you moved here from the Rhine-Ruhr megaplex. Made it sound like you'd been there for a good many years. Successful years at that. Leads a man to wonder why you packed up and moved here. Oh, is this a little bit of a character backstory that I can develop myself? A run went bad and my team paid the price. Dietrich raises an eyebrow. Went bad, huh? Like the run we just came back from went bad? Worse. I was the only survivor. That's our friend. How'd it happen? We were double-crossed. The run went off without a hitch, but instead of paying us, our client decided to set up an ambush. Miserable bastard. Alright, if what you're telling me is true, how'd you walk out alive? My team fought like hell and we took the ambushes down. But we all got shut up and I was the only one who survived. Through the timely arrival of some very well-armed friends. So those are always the best kind, aren't they? Dietrich smiles and takes another swig from the bottle. So after all of this went down, you decided to bail out of the Ruhrplex and head to Berlin. Am I getting that right? More or less. There wasn't much left for me in the Ruhrplex, and Monica made me a hell of an offer. Ah, yes. Monica. Dietrich raises his bottle again, then closes his eyes and takes a long drink. After the moment has passed, he returns his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know that you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. We're treading into dangerously personal territory here. Are we? Sorry about that. Never been much for boundaries. All the same, I'd like it if you told me. Dietrich shrugs. I always intended to get to know Monica better, but it's too late to ask her in person. I can respect that. So, what was the deal between the two of you? Don't leave me in suspense. We were very close. That's so? Dietrich raises an eyebrow. Huh. Learn something new every day. Well, anyway, good on both of you. Good on you both. I can't fucking read, which sucks because this is a heavy reading game. Dietrich raises his bottle to you in salute. She was a wonderful woman, and I hope that your time together was happy. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time, and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're with us. Dietrich takes a final pull in the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest on the ground. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Dietrich seems cool. Everyone seems pretty cool. Ager... I don't know about Ager. I mean, she seems alright. She has her reasons for being the way she is. And... obviously she just lost a friend. So she's a bit bummed out about that. Which is fair. Where do I sell this information that I got? The Dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practice ease. Is this a vendor? You don't sell... I'm on a decker right now, so I don't really need this shit. Okay, wait. It was a bad idea to set me out in like a hub. Wait, that's kind of cool, actually. They actually gave me a fucking hub. That didn't even dawn on me until just a second. Wait. The Talismonger shop. Hell, hey. Hey, that's... I can't remember his fucking name. Something about the young elf behind the counter makes your breath catch in your chest. She's lovely to look at, but it's a strange kind of beauty. Her eyes are large and luminous and impossibly green. As she looks up at you, you can see that her irises are blah blah blah. Algernons. Oh, I probably should have been reading that. Okay. Fuck. That was my mistake. Okay, Algernon's here, which is suspicious because he was kind of part of the last campaign. What's that? Can I take that? I'm gonna take that. That's mine now. Oh. I'll toss $5 into the bag. Sure. How much money do I have? Oh, plenty. I can't talk to her, because why would I be able to do that? Gunari Metbach. That is a fucking name. Weapons. Can I get a new shoddy? So, I don't know what I have right now. Equipment. Thought off Benelli. Okay. Street sweeper. Low end, all-purpose shotgun. Okay, grab that. Can I have some, like... An outfit would be nice. Like some clothes, possibly some armor. I don't want magic, thanks. I would like... You definitely sell drugs. I don't even need to look at your stock to know that you sell drugs. What the fuck? It's an old obsolete phone booth. It's ringing. A monotone, pitch-adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. The Shock Wellenrider's contract for this Kia's is no more. Meowlissa is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secured line to this Kia's. Please listen to the following instructions carefully if you are a supporter of our cause. Continue listening. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Within each one, you may find a request posted for specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it onto the Matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought-after information returned to this location. Cool. So that's like a little... I mean, I have pay data. I don't know how I would check that. Mission items. Valuable shipment of antiquities will be arriving soon at the Seattle docks. I don't know who to sell that to. I guess that's not really the kind of information they're looking after. They're probably looking after like corporate secrety kind of stuff, like government bullshit. Hey, big boy, what's up with you? Before you stands a troll, though it is a stretch to say he is standing at all. His great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic legs, along with a crutch under one arm. His body clicks and hums with every shift of his weight. Despite these disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you? Haven't been here long. New to the cruise bazaar then. Heard Monica had some fresh meat in her stable. I'm Meowlissa, by the way. Good to meet you, Meowlissa. Name's Alexi Lane. What's your place in the cruise bazaar? No place, really. Just an old relic resting away. There's something you should know about Monica. Something happened to her on the run. I'm afraid so. There have already been whispers. I had a feeling besides. Monica almost always comes around after a run to check on everybody. She's long overdue, and now here you are in her place. So she's either severely wounded or outright dead. Which is it? I'm afraid she's gone. The grizzled troll nods grimly. The servos in his prosthetics complain as he lets loose a heavy sigh. Now that is a shame. She was a hell of a runner, that one. And a good friend. I'll leave you be. This sucks, man. Having a death right off the bat really that establishes the stakes pretty decently. Gonna be fully honest. Okay, where the fuck? I would very much like to buy some form of armor. I think that would be radical. Apparently I'm just not allowed. So that sucks. But I guess I'll live. I would probably live better with armor, but no, I didn't talk to this guy. Hold on. I don't think I even saw that he was available to talk to. At the sound of your approach, the orc turns to face you. He wears a severe expression, but there is kindness in his eyes. Guten Tag, elf. Can I help you with something? I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. I take it that you run a charity of some sort? He nods. Yes, it isn't much, but we do what we can. Such as? Give me specifics. He clears his throat, then begins to count off on his fingers. In the past several years, I have established a shelter where the dispossessed can sleep, a soup kitchen to feed the hungry, and a library for the people of the Cruz Bazaar to better themselves. It isn't much, I admit, but it's a start. A good start, Samuel. You mustn't be so hard on yourself. There are limits to what one man, even a determined man, can accomplish. This is true. He nods to the orchid aside. Thankfully, some of the residents that I've helped over the years have come back around to help me. I've got 15 assorted orcs and trolls from all around the Cruz Bazaar working with me now. They help me man the soup lines, stock the library shelves, and to do all of the hundreds of other little things that a community organization needs done every day. These extraordinary individuals are living proof that what we do here has value. They are my inspiration to continue onward. He beams at the compliment. From her body language... Oh, wait, she beams at the compliment. From her body language, it's clear that she idolizes Beckenbauer. Oh, was that from the orc? What? I don't know what that was. Now, do you have any more questions? If not, I will bid you good day. I don't wish to sound self-important or rude, but there are many pressing matters that attend my time. 15 assorted orcs and trolls? Does that mean that other races aren't welcome within your organization? That's taking a rather narrow what we do. Yes, it is true that my assistants are all members of the goblinoid race. It is also true that before they accepted my help, they were thieves, gangers, and deadbeats. This is not because they were bad people. This is because those of us with goblinoid traits are feared, mistreated, and denied gainful employment by a society that hates us. I hire only goblinoids because mainstream human society has created the need for me to hire only goblinoids. The orcs and trolls of the Cruz Bazaar deserve a workplace where they will be treated with dignity and respect. All that being said, our services are available to all. We wouldn't turn a desperate person away, regardless of that person's metatype. Even humans, the most privileged of all races, are welcome at our door. Isn't that what's most important? Your use of exclusionary language is telling. Even humans are allowed? Please, mein Freunden. Mein Freunden? Sure. He shakes his head. Don't make this into something it isn't. Who the hell are you to question Samuel? What have you done for the Cruz Bazaar? No, there are more important things to do than argue about this. He nods at you. I'm sure that her heart is in the right place. Now, please, friend, there are many tasks that demand my attention. Is there something more that you need, or shall I bid you farewell? I'd like to talk about your organization. Are you accepting donations? Yes, of course. We're actually desperate for them, truth be told. People seem more intent on taking care of themselves than they are in providing for the less fortunate. Of course, these concepts are not unrelated. As poverty rates increase, so does the crime rate. Assisting the needy increases the quality of life for all. In any event, our shelter has some basic needs that desperately need to be filled. The walls of the shelter are not insulated, and new blankets will go a long way toward keeping our guests healthy and comfortable. Ideally, we'd like to purchase some space heaters as well. With 250 new yen, we can make the purchase. Whatever you could spare would be most appreciated. Here, just take what you need. I've got you covered. Samuel's eyes widen. This is incredibly generous. Thank you. Not a big deal, Sam. Do good with it. With this donation, we have reached our first goal. Thank you so much for your kind assistance. I will put your contribution to work stocking the shelter with blankets and heaters. Not a problem. Please, do not downplay your contribution. You have shown kindness at a time when few others will. Okay. Okay. I wonder if that is anything. That might be something. I may have just planted a seed here. I may have just planted a seed. And seeds are good. I am very low on money now, though. So I would like to find a place to sell this information. I don't know what's down here. Literally just a subway? Literally just a subway. Alright. Alright, I guess I guess probably the guy that we're going to talk to probably deals in information, so I would sell it to him. Obviously, that makes sense.